How is it going, everybody? This is RBT coming at you with my NFL Week 17 predictions for the 2013 season. And always, Week 17 is the toughest week to predict because it's the last week of the season. Nobody knows what team's going to show up. A lot of teams might bench their best players because they already are clinched in the playoffs, already have the top seed. Maybe someone just bench their best players because they don't want them to get injured, etc., etc. Some are meaningless games. So you don't know what teams are gonna show up and what teams are gonna bench their best players or certain players. So this is the hardest week to predict. So if I get a bunch of games wrong, don't blame me because it's impossible to predict this week. But I'm gonna try my best as I do every week. But yeah, this is the last week of my weekly predictions. I hope you enjoy this throughout the season. I hope you stay tuned because I'm gonna be coming at you with a lot of playoff predictions. I'm probably going to predict every game in the first round I'm probably going to end up predicting every single game in the playoffs in an individual video. I'll probably recap every playoff game in an individual video. And I'm probably going to come at you with one video with my full predictions throughout the whole entire bracket just before the playoffs start. But definitely going to be coming at you with individual videos for that. And if you're not going to stick around for the playoffs, maybe your favorite team's not in it, and you don't really care about it, I hope you stick around because I'll definitely be doing this next year as I'll be doing my college football predictions like I did this season. So hope you stick around. I'm going to stay on YouTube as long as I have people watching, so I hope to grow my audience larger and larger. And my channel actually grew a lot this year. It grew double what it grew last year. So maybe by this time next season I'll have 5,000 subscribers, maybe 10,000. You never know. My goal has always been to grow my channel as large as it can get. So hopefully my content's got better, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it more and more every week, and hopefully I keep getting a constant following. And if you tend to watch my videos a lot and you're not subscribed, be sure to click that subscribe button so you can watch all my videos. That'd be awesome. But that's enough talk. Let's get into the games. First we have, of course, first game, Houston Texans going into Tennessee to take on my Tennessee Titans. I'm going to pick Tennessee in this game because I want the Titans to lose. That's it. I picked against them last week against the Jaguars. I mean, yes, people have their opinions. I hate it when people are like, if you're a true fan of the team, you would never want us to lose, even if it involves having a better draft pick. Man, I want the team to lose so the team can be better for the future. Has nothing and some people, maybe they think that way. That's their own opinion. And maybe our opinion is the fact that we want them to lose to have a better draft pick to be better in the future. I mean, you can go. There's nowhere to go wrong. I don't think you're not a true fan if there's nothing. If you're a fan, you're a fan. You have different opinions, and I want my Titans to lose. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, what's this game mean? Nothing. If they win, that's that much more of a chance that Mike Munchak's retained. Should he be? Heck no. But you never know. I thought he should have been fired after last season. I thought he should have been fired after he lost to the Jaguars the first time. And if he's kept because of wins against two of the worst teams in the NFL, the Jaguars and the Texans, to close out the season, which really hurt their team more than it helps us, I'm really going to question the front office of this franchise because that would be pathetic. But I'm going to pick the Titans because I want them to lose. I want them to lose last week, and they won. That's the only reason why. The Texans beat us the first time, but they've got so much worse. Actually played pretty well this past week, well, for the most part. And it was shocking, but I'll say we win. I'll say we win 23-20 somehow. All right, next we have Carolina at Atlanta. Carolina already clinched the playoffs, but I guess they've clinched their division, so who knows if Cam Newton will play, if anybody will play, frick. But I'm still thinking Carolina's going to win. Atlanta just had a bad season. What was the final score to the 49ers game? I actually didn't watch the Monday Night Football game today. I know the 49ers actually clinched the wild card spot. But they lost 34-24. They actually put up a good fight. But I'll go Carolina 27-24. A close game because I don't know who's going to play, but I still think Carolina will pull it out. Baltimore at Cincinnati. I think Baltimore wins this game because Cincinnati really can't get much better in the playoffs, and they already clinched their division. Baltimore is playing for a playoff spot. We all saw last year where Baltimore was backed up against the wall. They came out and executed and won the football games they had to, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So I think they win the game because I think Cincinnati might bench some players to get healthy. But I'll say Baltimore regardless by I'll say a touchdown. I'll go 24-17 Baltimore over Cincinnati. And that's because I think Cincinnati will bench some players. All right, next we have Jacksonville going into Indianapolis to take on the Indianapolis Colts. I think the Colts will win. I think the Colts are a very good team. They don't have much to play for because, I mean, they're in the playoffs in the worst division in football, the AFC South, and the Titans still suck. But I think the Colts win this game. The Jacksonville Jaguars is bad, very bad, and I think no matter who the Colts play, I'm not sure if they'll bench some players or not. I'm not sure if there's a higher seeding they can possibly get, but regardless, I think they win this game pretty comfortably. I'll go 28-17 Colts over the Jags. Next, we have New York going into Miami to take on the Miami Dolphins. If I'm not mistaken, the Miami Dolphins have something. They have a chance of making the wild card in the AFC. I could be wrong, but I think they have a chance. But regardless, I think they beat the Jets. I know they were absolutely destroyed and embarrassed by the Bills last week, but I still think they're a good team. I think they bounce back. The Jets are a bad team, have nothing to play for. This is probably Rex Ryan's last game at head coach of the New York Jets, which will end an era. But I like Rex Ryan. It might be obnoxious and not that great of a coach, but I still like him. But I'll pick Miami. I think Ryan Tannehill gets it done. Has a bounce back game. He's been a very good quarterback this season, but I'll go Miami by 2 touchdowns. I'll go 28-14 Miami over New York. Next, we have Detroit going into Minnesota to take on the Minnesota Vikings. This is probably also going to be Jim Schwartz's last game. That's another thing real quick. A lot of coaches are probably going to be fired after this week, so I'll be coming at you definitely with a lot of firing videos, just like I did last year. They had a lot of views. And the thing is, I do videos that get a lot of views like that, breaking news stuff, because it helps expand my channel. It really does. And I like getting my views with traffic. That's cool. But anyways, Detroit, I believe, wins this game regardless, because I just think they're playing a better team. Minnesota's been playing pretty well last couple weeks. They're beat last week, if I'm not mistaken. But they came on. They haven't been as bad the last couple weeks. Who they beat? They beat the Eagles by a ton. But I think Detroit wins. Better offense. Calvin has a big game. I'll go Detroit by. Detroit close. 28-24 over Minnesota. Next we have the worst team in the NFC East game or bowl. Washington at New York to take on the Giants. Washington played a little bit better last week. I thought they were against the Cowboys. Their defense played better for the most part, but I don't think the Washington front seven can really get to Eli Manning as much as he's been gotten to this season. That's when they've struggled, is when Peyton's been pressured, and when he isn't pressured, I think he's a solid quarterback. But he's just not good under pressure, and that's what has really been proven this year with all the interceptions, with the horrible offensive line. For Eli Manning to be successful, I think he has to have a solid offensive line. But I think they beat the Redskins. I don't think they get as much pressure as most teams do, and I just think they have a big game. Even though I think Washington can score some points on the Giants' defense, they have a horrible linebacker. That's probably what they're going to pick in the first round. Speaking of that, I need to come out with a mock draft. If I get some time after Christmas, that's another thing. I keep going on with things. Merry Christmas, by the way. Christmas today. This will be Christmas Eve. This is uploaded on, so Merry Christmas Eve, and I hope you have a great holidays. And yeah, hope you get what you want. Hope you have a great time with your families. But where was I at? Oh yeah, whatever. Giants in a high-scoring game, 35-28 over the Redskins. Next, we have Cleveland going into Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Steelers is also a team that's, they're fighting for a playoff spot. They have an outside chance. I think they have to win, and everybody else that has a spot or a chance at a spot has to lose. But I still think they win. I think they beat the Cleveland Browns. I think the Browns just don't have what it takes to beat the Steelers. I think Big Ben has a big game, and I think their defense shuts down the Browns for the most part. Not a quarterback that can throw there in Cleveland. So I'll go Pittsburgh by 10. I'll go 24-14. Pittsburgh over Cleveland. Next, we have a couple of really big games, and since these games are so big, next Sunday, I might come at you with a couple recaps later that night. Green Bay at Chicago, and then Philadelphia at Dallas. Because they're two huge games, both deciding their divisions. Both teams that lose will be sent packing, and then the team. This is just another playoff game. This is a playoff game. Both of those. But here we have Green Bay going into Chicago to take on the Chicago Bears. The Bears are absolutely demolished last week by the Eagles. Why would you pick the Bears to beat the Green Bay Packers with everything that they with how bad they are beaten by the Eagles? But I think Eddie Lacy has a big game. I mean, we saw how bad LaShawn McCoy tore him up. And Nick Foles also had a pretty big game. But as I do every week, the Aaron Rodgers ordeal is completely just confusing. And I want to check if they know if Aaron Rodgers is going to be healthy. I don't know. We don't know. This is hard to pick without Aaron Rodgers, knowing if he's healthy or not. Matt Flynn played well last week. It kind of surprised me. Let's see. Is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Man, I mean, how are we supposed to pick this game without knowing if you know what? Has Green Bay played Chicago since Aaron Rodgers has been hurt? When's the last time Green Bay played Chicago? I can't remember. Was it? If my computer would load, my internet connection has been so screwed up. Okay, here we go. Green Bay Packers schedule. They played the Browns a couple weeks ago, and I believe Aaron Rodgers was injured then, and they lost by 7. But without as bad as the Bears have been playing, I think regardless, this is a different team. I think Eddie Lacy's came on strong. I think we'll have a big game running the football. A very, very close game. I respect the Bears, but I think their defense is going to be what loses in this game. If Jay Cutler plays a really good game, they have a chance to win, but I think the Packers, even with Matt Flynn starting at quarterback, I think they had the momentum and grabbed this win. Off a big win last week, I say they win this game 27 to... Sorry, I messed up, as I usually do in a video. They lost last week to the Steelers, that's what it was. I was kind of confused, but Matt Flynn still had a big game, and that was actually after the Aaron Rodgers, after the comeback against the Cowboys. But still, I think I'm going to go with the Packers. But as bad as the season the Packers had, they still have a chance to grab the playoffs. grab a chance in the playoffs. And I think if you give Aaron Rodgers another week, I think he might be healthy for the playoffs. But I'm not sure how far an Aaron Rodgers list Packers team can make it in the playoffs. But I'm still, for some reason, I'm feeling the Packers in this one. Chicago just got beat down. I know that doesn't matter as they play one last game. All that matters is this last game. But I'm leaning Green Bay. This game could go either way. It's a lot easier picking, harder picking this game than it is the Philadelphia-Dallas game. But I'm still going to go Green Bay 27-24 over Chicago. Next, we have Denver at Oakland. Terrell Pryor's going to be starting this game for Oakland. I don't care who plays quarterback for Denver. Probably be Brock Osweiler. But I think Denver wins. I don't know if Peyton Manning's going to play or not. Nobody knows. But I think Denver wins regardless. Too good of a team. Oakland's just not good. But I'll go Denver 31-20 over Oakland. Next we have Buffalo going into New England to take on the Patriots. Buffalo played good last week. They're pretty solid. I think at times, I think I came on here before and said that I think they're the most inconsistent team in the NFL. They can compete week in and week out, but then just all of a sudden they'll have this stupid game where they lose by a ton and look horrible. Then the next game, like they did last week against the Dolphins, they look unstoppable, 19-0. But I think they give the Patriots a challenge, but I think the Patriots find a way to win. I wonder if Ryan Mallett will play in this game. But I'll go Patriots. I just think they beat the Bills. 24-21. I have a feeling the Bills are going to make it close, because they always do. But I'll go 24-21, New England over the Patriots. New England over the Patriots, really. New England over the Buffalo Bills. Alright, next we have Tampa Bay going into New Orleans to take on the New Orleans Saints. The Saints, I think they're battling for a playoff spot right now. It's going to be close. I think, did they get eliminated from the playoffs? I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I'm out of the loop right now. There's so much stuff going. This is probably the most important last week of the season that there's been in the last couple of years, actually. Can I check real quick to see? I think the Saints still have a shot. I think the Saints are sitting pretty. I think they're in the second wild card spot. Gosh dang it. NFL. I apologize, guys. I should have looked up this stuff beforehand. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. My sleep schedule's way off. But so Merry Christmas Eve to you guys. It's already Christmas Eve. Playoff standings. I feel like I'm stupid. Yes, they are. They have to win. They have to win this last week. This is a huge week actually. If New Orleans loses this game and New Orleans has to lose and Arizona has to win against whoever they play. And this last week, Miami looks like they're sitting pretty right now. If Miami wins, who did I say Miami played? Who does Miami play? If Miami beats the New York Jets, they make it to the playoffs. That's crazy. Wow. Let's see. What was I doing? The Arizona Cardinals play the 49ers. That'll be a tough game. And then I don't know, man. That's tough. That's so tough. I think the Saints win. I think they beat the Bucks. I mean, the Saints really hasn't been under that much pressure this season. It's going to be fun to see how they match up against a team that's kind of has nothing to play for. They can go out there, be loose, and the Saints have everything in the world to play for. If they lose, they have a chance of not making the playoffs, which 3 weeks ago nobody would have expected that to be the case. But I think they win. I think they do. I think they clinch a spot in the playoffs. If they win, they're in because they have to head-to-head over the Arizona Cardinals. But I'll go Saints. I think it'll be a little bit closer than some people think. I mean, we all know the offense kind of struggled last week against the Panthers, but that was against a lot better defense than the Bucks. Even though the Bucks do have a pretty solid secondary, but I'll go Saints by 7, 27-20 over the Buccaneers. Next, we have San Francisco versus Arizona. At Arizona. Arizona's coming off a huge win against the Seahawks. I never would have saw that coming. Congratulations to Seahawks and Big Ball Daddy. If you're watching this, congratulations. He's actually a big Arizona Cardinals fan, and that was a big win. That shocked me definitely. We all saw San Francisco play tonight, and they struggled a little bit with the Falcons, but they came out on top. That's all that matters is wins and losses. But I have a feeling Arizona has the momentum. The 49ers are in the playoffs, so they might not be as ready to play as the Arizona is. They have to win to make to play at home, if I'm not mistaken. But I still think Arizona. They've been playing well to beat the Seahawks, so why can't they beat the 49ers? I'm gonna go Arizona close in an upset win. I think they have a big game defensively. I'll go Arizona close, 23-20 over the Cardinals. It's just a hard week to predict. Do the Chargers actually have a chance to make the playoffs? They do. If Miami and Baltimore lose and San Diego wins, they're in the playoffs. Wow. Who does Baltimore play again? Already for the Bengals. This is gonna be if San Diego makes the playoffs, I'm gonna be shocked. And it still hurts me to know if the Titans beat the Jaguars and Texans earlier on, they'd be right in the driver's seat to make the playoffs. Wow. Where am I at? Kansas City at San Diego. I think I'm gonna go with San Diego again. The Kansas City Chiefs have already won home field advantage. They are in the playoffs. So I think it all comes down to really the momentum this last week. They have some players that might be benched. San Diego has everything in the world going for them. They showed they can compete against the best. I mean, they've lost a couple bad games. They lost to my Titans earlier on in the season in a crazy game. They probably should have won. But they have a really good team. They do. They're kind of young, except at the quarterback position. Philip Rivers has had a phenomenal year, and I think he can have a good game. If there's anybody that can really beat the Chiefs defense, it will be Philip Rivers in that offense right now. They're playing really well. They have the momentum. They have more at stake in this game, and like I said, I think it comes down to momentum in this game and who comes ready to play and who has what at stake. So I think Kansas City doesn't care as much as San Diego. San Diego wins. I think let's go close 28-24 over Kansas City. Yes. San Diego beat the Broncos. Why couldn't they beat the Chiefs? Alright, next we have St. Louis at Seattle. I think regardless of who plays for Seattle, I think they win. St. Louis is beat up. I think Seattle wins. I think we all can agree on that. Seattle 30-20 over St. Louis. In the last game of the night, Philadelphia going into Dallas to take on the Dallas Cowboys. And I bet it kills the Cowboys and their fans to know that they'd be sitting even more pretty if they would have beat the whatchamacallit, who they lose to, the Packers in that game. But I think if this is tough. This is tough. I mean, these teams have played before. They were the Eagles are blew out. That was 17-3 in that game. So you'd think, well, playing at home, why won't they lose this game? Or why won't they win this game? If they already beat them away, why won't they beat them at home? Two big reasons. First of all, Philadelphia is horrible at home. They're so much better of an away team, so that's one reason. Secondly, well, three really. Secondly, the Eagles have been on fire lately. They have all the momentum in the world. And third, Tony Romo is going to be out of this game, it looks like. Even though I'm kind of hesitant to talk about that and to set that in stone, because after all these things that's happened in sports related news the past month or so, anywhere from Nick Saban to whatever, so many false reports have been coming out, and I really don't trust the media anymore in regards to sports. So right now, I'm gonna go with what the head coach says. He said that Tony Romo's day-to-day. And I'll believe him because he's the head coach until said otherwise. I won't listen to media reports. So it's kind of hesitant, but I mean, I believe him, but I don't think he's gonna play, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go right now in this prediction. In the back of my mind, I wanna trust the coach, but I'm just gonna go with what's out there in this prediction. I'm gonna say Tony Romo's not gonna play. So, with those three reasons, and maybe just two out of the three, if Tony Romo does play, I still think the Eagles find a way to win this game. They had the momentum. They've been playing lights out lately. They've won 6 out of the last 7 to get to this point. So they're on fire. I mean, they beat some decent teams along the way. Absolutely blew out the Bears last week, and that absolutely ruined my fantasy playoffs. I was in the championship game against a guy that absolutely cheated. I'm in a 20-team league. Like 3 of the teams were out of it by week 5 or week 6, and they just quit and traded him all their players. All of their players. All their first, second round picks. So the guy's team was stacked. It was cheating. I'm the commissioner of the league and didn't even see the confirmation emails to be able to confirm those trades or allow it. And he got a stacked team, and I was winning by like 20 points, and then LaShawn McCoy played and killed me. He absolutely killed me. So I have that against the Eagles right now, but I still think they win. They have everything going for them. They have the momentum. Tony Romo might not play. They're playing away, so I'm going to go Eagles in a high-scoring game, I guess. I'll go 42-30 Eagles over the Cowboys. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know what your predictions are in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/S3RTR. Big hit the like button. That's going to be my phrase from now on. Big hit the like button. But I guess that's it. Once again, Merry Christmas to everybody. Hope you have a great holiday. Hope you get what you want. And hope your team wins as well. So that's it. Catch you guys later. Probably Sunday with some recaps of the big playoff deciding games. So until then, peace.